Hi, welcome to Caballala. This is Augusta. For the sequence today, we are going to use an access to a wall, so you can use the wall as a support and as a prop. We are going to use also about 3 blankets, or if you have a yoga bolster and a blanket or 2. Also a chair, any chair you have at home will work. And always if you have yoga straps and yoga blocks, they also help a lot to help us to make those poses that we practice a little deeper, and we can work better as we can stretch better. So go get those things, get yourself situated somewhere by a wall, and let's start. We're going to start by coming into child's pose with a bolster or 3 blankets piled this way. We have to think about our knees when we come in this pose, if we have any type of knee sensitivity. And one thing I want to share is that many times when we are on our knees, and we're going to practice few poses on our knees, when you are on your knees in yoga, or usually the idea is not to be on the kneecaps. And the problem is because when we are in this position, on any of these knee positions, if we look under our shin bone, the shin bone is on the air, it's not touching the ground, and that is what makes our kneecaps actually feeling so much pressure. It's because our shin bone is not really flush on the ground. So at that point is when you put something under your shin bone, even a little tiny towel or something, so then your knee is sharing the weight there with the shin bone, so then you don't feel the pressure in the knee. So that is why, it's because our shin bone is inward a little bit like that. It's not really, and that is muscle. It's not really a bone problem, because the shin bone are straight like this. So they should be on the ground where we're on our knees. But our tightness in our muscles, that makes that our shin bone, it's not really flush on the ground, so then our knee is receiving all the pressure of the weight. So that's just something to learn and understand why we feel what we feel. So then we're going to come with the toes together and see if we can sit for a moment in our heels. And let's check our shin bone. It's really reaching the ground. Where is it? It's lifted. So then we learn. A lot of yoga is about observation and learning about yourself. And then slowly we're going to come on top of our support, which can be blankets, beach towels, blocks and blankets, anything like that. And then we're stretching the arms a little bit. And we can turn the head and maybe place our right ear on the blankets. And we can close the eyes for a moment. Just go inward. And we go inward, focusing in one thing. Maybe our breathing, maybe checking in with the body and see how we feel today. And then we're going to take the left ear now and place the left ear on the support, on the blanket. Yoga is also about self-care and treating yourself nicely. So these kind of poses, they're important too. We're going to inhale really deep through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. And then slowly we're going to start bringing the hands towards the knees. And we're going to move these props towards the sides for now. And come on all fours. Bringing the wrist under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Spreading the fingers wide apart and taking the top of the feet down so the toe nails are pressing into the ground, and then we're pushing through the hands. Inhale, lift the abdomen and take the tailbone in and the crown of the head down. And then lifting the tailbone and the head, navel towards the spine, cow. Keeping the arms engaged and strong and straight. And pushing through the hands again, cat. And cow. Move the spine so warms up a little bit, cat. And cow. And sit back a moment. We are going to come on our abdomen to do a couple back bends, but I wanted to also point something out before we do this. When we are on the ground, laying on our abdomen, the rotation of the arms, it's out like this. It goes outwards. So when we are laying on the ground, we are going to take those shoulder blades in, and the arm is going to rotate where our thumbs are pointing behind us, towards the sides or behind us. That helps to lift the chest, and when we do our back bend, we can actually lift even better. So that is the arm position. Remember, you just are here in the ground, and then you start moving those thumbs out. So then you are opening that chest, and when you come up, it's easier to lift. So try that when you do the back bend. Okay, so we're going to come on our abdomen now. So lay on our abdomen, on your abdomen. We are going to come into the X-Sphinx first. So bringing the arms parallel to each other, spreading the fingers. Now the feet are hip distance apart, toe nails are pressing into the ground, and we make sure that we have the shoulders above the elbows, or the elbows under the shoulders. And then we are lifting the chest, taking the pubic bone down, engaging the quads. So that provides the support for our lower back. It's almost like trying to bring the tailbone in. And then lifting the chest and pressing down into the ground with the top of the feet. X-Sphinx, lift the head. You're looking in front of you. Then let's go down. Just for a moment. And now we're going to bring the hands by the sides of the body. So we're going to practice our locust pose. So the forehead is on the ground, the palms are on the ground, and the arms are about 3 inches away from the torso. The feet are together, so the toenails are touched, the big toes are touching. And then we're going to inhale and lift the chest, lift the feet. We're pulling back, and we're turning the arms, like I told you, outwards. So the thumb is trying to turn towards our toes. And come down. Now that we know the technique, we're going to do it one more time. We're going to try to really go really high. So ready? Pubic bone down, engage the quads, lift the shoulders first, and then inhale and lift, lift, lift. And lower. And slowly come back into child's pose, big toes touching, knees a little wide apart. Maybe the knees can go by the edges of the mat, no wider than that. And stretch the arms forward, pressing through the hands. opening the armpit. And slowly come back into all fours. And we're going to start practicing now by the wall. So come up and bring your mat towards the wall. If you like to have the mat by the wall, I think it's a good idea. So we bring the mat by the wall, and we're going to start with our downward facing dog, lifting the heels up the wall. So we're going to bend the legs, bring the hands towards the mat, and then walk the legs back and place the heels by the wall. The hands gotta be shoulder distance apart. And then we start pressing into the entire hand, fingers, knuckle of the fingers, palm, everything, and push back, bringing the chest towards your knees. And then we are going to lift a little bit through the armpits. So we squeeze the spine with the shoulder blades. The abdomen is coming in a little bit. And we open the back of the legs, lifting the sit bones up. And then slowly bend the legs and walk your feet towards your hands. Forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbow. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Open the back of the legs, lift the kneecaps. Weight of the body towards the big toe. We are pressing in through the inner side of the feet. We all have the tendency of placing more weight on the outside of our feet. We're trying to be equal, so sometimes we gotta go consciously pressing into the inside of the feet more, so then we are actually even. Switch the grabbing of the elbows. Open the back of the legs more by tightening those quads. And then release the arms. Bring the hands on your hips. Engaging the legs, stretch forward and up. Tadasana. We're going to turn to face the wall. Bring the fingertips towards the wall, about shoulder level and shoulder distance apart. And we're going to start walking back. Warrior 3 modify. Keep the feet hip distance and the toes are pointing towards the wall. The gaze is where the wall and the ground meet. So it's a diagonal. And we're bringing the shoulder blades together, lifting the armpits. And trying to bring the torso parallel to the ground. See that your feet are under your hips. So you feel the weight of your body on the center feet. Good. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. Right toes pointing towards the ground. Keep stretching the arms. Lifting the right leg. Lift the left kneecaps. Then lower the right leg. And we're going to switch legs. Left leg up. Lift the left leg. Toes pointing down. Stretching both arms. Keep the shoulder blades back. Last breath, lift the left leg more. And lower. And then walk towards the wall. Tadasana. We're going to turn around and practice the chair pose by the wall. If you don't want to do it by the wall, you can step away from the wall. It's okay. But it will be nice to do it by the wall, just to stretch our back a little more this time. Almost like doing a squatting. So we're going to stand about 6 inches away and bring the feet together. Big toes touching. Then we're going to inhale, bring the arms in front of us so the palms are facing each other. And then we keep going, arms overhead, still palms facing each other. And then we're going to lift through the chest, engaging the quads first, trying to be really long, lengthening through the entire body. Inhale, and in the exhalation, we are bending the legs and bringing the tailbone towards the wall. If we have to walk a little bit, the legs forward, we do that. And from here, because we have the support of the wall, maybe we can bring the back closer to the wall. Tailbone is coming in. Almost like you want to place the lower back against the wall. And we are lifting through the arms, descending the shoulders. The abdomen is coming in, and we are lifting, lifting, lifting. Becoming longer, and then bending the legs a little more. Feel the stretch also on your calf muscles. So if your legs are too far away from the wall, it's more like a quad and it's not really stretching the calf muscles. And go forward and then come up and lower your arms. Tadasana. Now we're going to keep the legs together, and again we're going to bend the legs. This time we're going to place the hands heart center, bending the legs, and we're going to twist. So we're going to bring the right elbow by the left knee and hook the right elbow in the outside of the left knee. Turning left. Try to keep those feet on the ground, no lifting the heels. The abdomen is coming in so we can turn. We come back to center. And we go on the other side. Left elbow, hug it. Try to hug it by the knee or the thigh, the side of the right thigh. The palms are pressing each other so we can turn. And go back to center. And come up. Tadasana again. So we are going to use a chair or blocks. I'm going to tie my hair so we can see the back, where the back needs to be. So we're going to stand by the chair or the blocks in Tadasana. And we're going to bring the hands on the hips. The feet, because we have support, we can bring the feet together. And we're going to start engaging the quads, stretching forward, elbows go back, elbows move back. And we come down. So we can place the hand on the seat of the chair, so we can go by the edges of the seat of the chair. Or we can go all the way to the blocks. And here we are. So feet together. And then here we do a few things. First, make sure that your hands are under your shoulders and see that your weight is coming a little bit forward. So you start feeling how the weight of your body comes more towards your toes. But we don't lift the heels. So that helps us to stay 90 degrees. So our legs are 90 degrees. Then we are lifting the kneecaps. We keep going. We lift the abdomen. And then we squeeze the back, the spine with the shoulder blades. But the abdomen needs to be in so we can really flat our back. The arms are stretched. So we're bringing the arm into the arm socket. Working in flattening the back even more. And then we can lift the head a little bit. That even helps for the back. Nice. And keeping the legs engaged, let's look up, inhale. And in the exhalation, bending the arms, let's bring the head down a little bit. Keeping the arms out, with the elbows lifted and out, help us to maintain the flat of the back. What we can do, we don't have to be perfect, but we keep trying to bring the shoulder blades together. Lifting the kneecaps. Keep stretching down. Don't forget your legs, don't forget the weight of your legs and the entire body going towards the front. And then stretch the arms. Let's flat our back again. Shoulder blades in. And the shoulders come away from the ears, so the upper part of the shoulder blades open and the bottom tip of the shoulder blades squeeze the spine. Flatten the back. Lifting the kneecaps. And then we're bringing the hands into our hips, elbows back. Again, engaging the quads, stretch forward and up. Tadasana. Now we're going to be by the wall again. We're going to use the chair. We're going to practice the pyramid pose with the wall and the chair. So we're bringing the right foot against the wall. So the right heel, the back of the heel is by the wall. And we're going to keep contact with the wall with the right heel. So the right heel is not going to move away from the wall. We can use the chair if we need already, grabbing the chair and stretch the left leg under the chair. So it's a pyramid pose. So the right heel is still in contact with the wall, and we are pressing into the wall with the right heel. That helps you to engage the right quads. And also helps for leverage, so you can bring the right hip towards the chair. So we are turning the right hip towards the chair, and the left hip, it's turning, the left leg is turning out, and the left hip, it's going back. So that helps us to turn our hips to be parallel with the chair. We keep pressing down through the left big toe mount, and then again, because we are using the chair, we can work in flatter back. So we are activating the legs, and also we are working in flattening our back. Lifting the abdomen, again, working in the shoulder blades, squeezing the spine, lifting the head, stretching the arms. Don't forget your hips. Nice. Good. Pyramid pose. Stretch the arms, stretch the legs. Flat the back, lift the head a little bit. And slowly release. Switch legs. Now it's the left heel moving back against the wall. Stepping the right foot under the chair. Starting by pressing the left heel into the wall. See that your left foot is inward, so the left toes are pointing towards the chair, the maximum you can. And then we are lifting all the kneecaps, both legs, then we turn the hips, so we are taking the left hip towards the chair, right hip moves back, lifting kneecaps, then we keep going What is our abdomen doing? Comes in. Don't forget the legs. Shoulder blades back. Arms stretched. Neck relaxed, looking towards the front. And we revisit the actions. What happened with the legs? Where is the hip? Where is the abdomen? Squeeze the shoulder blades. Many muscles working together. And slowly release. And come into Tadasana. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up. And bring the palms facing each other. So palms facing each other like this, up. And lift through the arms. Engage the quads. Once again, feet together. Top of the thighs go back. Abdomen is coming in. And we are lifting through the arms, but taking the top of the shoulders down. Then the arms come more towards our ears. So they are moving back a little bit. Keep lifting, stretch maximum you can. Keep going, go higher. Touch the ceiling. Keep going. And slowly release. So we're going to measure, we're going to do again the Warrior 3 by the wall, but in a different version. So we're going to sit with the feet facing the wall. So it's the staff pose or Tadasana, sitting in front of the wall. And what we're doing right now, it's two things. First, we're doing Tadasana, so we are going to lift the chest, stretch the arms behind our hips, opening the chest and opening the back of the legs, pushing into the wall with the heels. Engaging the quads, staff pose. And we are also measuring the distance between the wall and our hips. So we can see when we're sitting this way where the hips are. And that is important for what we're going to do next. So come into your staff pose and let's practice a nice staff pose first. Stretching the legs, pressing into the wall with the heels, spreading through the collarbones, lifting the chest, descending the shoulders, lifting the kneecaps, staff pose. Then release and place something, maybe a block or a strap or anything, so you remember where your hip is. Because we're going to stand up, I mark my hip with my block there, so I know where the hip is when I'm sitting. And then we're going to grab the chair. And we're going to place the feet where our hip was. See, I'm standing right next to my block that show me where my hip was. And then I have my chair in front of me. This is fun. You guys will like this. It's nice. So then we bring the chair in front of us. And we measure like we were in Ardha Uttanasana, or half forward fold like we did earlier. We keep the feet parallel to each other, hip distance apart. And then when we are ready, we're going to lift the right leg and place it on the wall. And because we measure really good, we can use the arms to keep you there and press into the wall. Warrior 3 modify. Shoulder blades in, lift your abdomen. Press into the wall. We are practicing our strength and balance and doing something we are supported, so it's not scary. Stretching the left leg, stretching the right leg by pressing into the wall. Flat your back and lower your right leg. Fix yourself. Now you did the first leg, so you know what's coming. We're going to lift the left leg now and place it into the wall with the toes pointing towards the ground. And trying to keep those hips even. Lifting the right kneecaps, lifting the chest, extending the arms. Shoulder blades in. Use the chair to help you stay there. But your legs now gotta work more. Good. Keep pressing into the wall. Last breath, stretch the legs. And slowly lower the leg, feet together. Place your hands on your hips, elbows back, stretch forward and up. Tadasana. Okay, we're moving the chair now for now. We are going to practice Warrior 2. So we can start. I'm going to start placing my right foot against the wall because my mat is already this way. So we're going to do it against the wall because we want to keep practicing pressing into the wall with the heel and engaging the leg that it's back behind us when we turn towards one side or the other. And also keeping the hand on the wall, so the contact between the right hand and the right heel is never going to stop. We keep in contact. Then we take the left leg out, so the right toes are in, we're placing the heel on the wall, and then we take the left leg out, see that the heels are aligned, and then we're going to extend the left arm, inhale, exhale, bend nice and slowly the right leg. And then what happened? It's the right hand trying to leave the wall, don't let it go. Because that helps us to keep our torso perpendicular to the ground. That is so hard when we do this pose in the middle of the room. And then we're pressing down with the right heel into the corner between the wall and the floor, so then we can keep the right leg working, the right hip aligned where it's supposed to be. And then we keep bending the left leg. Maintaining the contact with the wall, the right hand and the right heel. Good. And then we take the head back and turn towards your left fingertips. Don't forget to take the left knee towards the left pinky toe. Bend the leg more. But see that you can still see your toenails. And come back to center. Feet parallel. And feet together. Going to do the other leg. The left heel into the wall. Left toes in. Left hand, we open the fingers wide apart and we place the palm against the wall. So total contact there. Then we step the right leg out. Heel with heel. Make sure you're wide enough. Take the right arm away from the body. And inhale. Stretch up, look up. Exhale, slowly bend the right leg. Keep the contact. Bend the right leg. Keep pressing into the wall with the left heel. Feel that left leg engaged. And then the right knee is moving towards the right pinky toe. The left arm stretch and pressing into the wall. So that helps us. Pressing the arm into the wall, it helps us to move the right knee towards the right. Try, you'll see. And then we take the head back and look towards the right hand. Nice. Bend the leg more. Engage the glutes. Your right glutes should be trying to go under you because your right knee is going towards the right. And stretch the right leg. Feet parallel. Step feet together. Tadasana. Let's stretch our shoulders a little bit. So we're going to stand by the wall right now with the right hand. Feet are going to be together, so big toes touching. And stretch your right arm towards the wall. Now see that your body is parallel to the wall. So don't walk too far from the wall. Then the left arm is resting in the sides of the body with the fingers pointing towards the ground. Then we're going to roll the left shoulder back a little bit, stretching the right arm, pressing into the wall with the entire hand, fingers and palm. Then we start rotating the right fingers towards the right. Keep contact with the wall, with the entire hand. You'll feel the stretch in the right shoulder. Also the left shoulder continues rolling back. We're reaching down with the left fingers. Keep lifting the kneecaps so you have your Tadasana legs. And then turn the hand with the fingers down. Opening here the arms, the forearm. Stretching the fingers, pressing into the wall. Engage the legs. And then rotating the fingers back first and then all the way towards the ceiling. And lower your right arm. Tadasana. Nice stretch for the right shoulder. Now is the left one. So we stand parallel to the ground and then we stretch the arm. But see that you feel a lot of weight on your left and right foot. So you have to be perpendicular to the ground. In this pose it's really easy to walk too far away from the wall and then it's like you are resting on the wall. We don't want to do that. Now the right fingers are pointing towards the ground and we're rolling the right shoulder back, lifting the chest. We start rotating the left fingers towards the left, so they are pointing behind us. We still keep lifting the chest, lifting the kneecaps, rolling the right shoulder back softly. And keep the weight of the body towards the center feet. Inhale and exhale. And let's take the fingers now pointing towards the ground. Opening those armpits. The left armpit and the left forearm. Right shoulder back. Lift the kneecaps, abdomen in. And then move the fingers behind. And then towards the ceiling and lower your arm. Tadasana. Good. We're going to walk towards the mat now. Grab a chair. And we're going to sit on the chair. Going to practice the eagle pose on the chair. Start with the arms because we just stretched them and it was a really nice stretch. We're going to bring the right arm under the left one, elbow with elbow if we can, and wrap around, palm with palm, lifting the elbows, lifting the chest, abdomen in, stretch the shoulder there. Good. And now we're going to lift the right leg. Wrap it around the left, all the way around. And we're squeezing now the legs and the arms. Squeeze, lift the elbows, stay perpendicular on the chair. Squeeze, squeeze, arms and legs, squeeze a lot. And release. Nice, nice. We're going to do the other side. Arms away. Now it's the left one under, elbow with elbow. We look for that, and then we keep going. Palms so we can clap ourselves. And lift, elbows squeezing. See that the arms also go a little bit towards the arm socket. So you're lifting the elbows, but not trying to take your arm off the socket. Then we are lifting the left leg, wrap around the right leg, and we start squeezing the legs, squeezing the arms together. Squeeze. You have a shoulder injury or something that this hurts, you don't have to keep this long at all. Try it, and if not, you don't do it. Lift, lift, engage those legs by squeezing them. Squeeze it a lot. And release. I like that releasing. So the blood flows everywhere. We're going to sit on the sit bones. Let's stretch our right hip. Bring the right foot in. Now we can bring the right foot super in, like towards the crease of the hip, or just keep it on top of the knee. It's up to you. Press down with the left foot. See that it's pressing into the ground. And slowly we start coming forward. And take your time. We are not diving in and hurting ourselves. We just go slow. Maybe we go halfway and allow the hip release a little, and then we go more. Usually after a few breaths, releases, and it's easier. We feel that stretch in the right. And if the knee hurts, we can always hug the right leg. Just a few more seconds so we can stretch that right hip nice and deeply. And then slowly we come up. Use your arms and your hands to move that leg and place it down. And we lift now the left. Bring it in. Just do the same you did on the right side. Sometimes just to put it on top of the leg hurts already and feels the stretch. All depends how we feel. Some days we are a little more tight than others. And we go forward. And once again we allow the time of that the body needs to release. Inhaling and exhaling, and feel that every time you exhale it's like releases more. It's like we can melt more on the pose. And then slowly we come up and bringing the feet on the ground. So if we have a block, we're going to use a block and we're going to place it between the knees. Going to do one of the twists, chair twist. So we're going to sit towards the side of the chair. I'm going towards the right side of the chair first. And I'm going to place the block between the thinnest part between the knees. So the feet are going to be directly below the knees. And we're going to keep those knees in the same alignment. And then we're going to slowly lift through the chest and grab the back of the chair and turn towards the right. Pulling with the left hand and pushing with the right one. But we lift and turn, so we are still trying to lift the chest, rolling the shoulders back. The abdomen is coming in, we are squeezing the block with the legs so we can keep those knees even. And we try to look all the way to the other side of the chair. Lifting the chest, lifting the right ribs up. And we come back to center. And we go to the other side. Knees together, feet under the knees. And we start turning towards the left, using the arms once again, but lifting the left chest. The left chest is lifting a lot. The right shoulder goes back, and pulling with the right hand, pushing with the left one. Turning the head also. The abdomen is coming in. One more breath, keep lifting and turning. Use your arms for leverage. And come back to center. We're going to sit now with the legs in front of the chair. Feet together, legs together, everything is together. We will come a little bit towards the tip of the seat of the chair. And now we're going to turn towards the left, grab with the left hand the back of the chair, and the right arm is trying to hug. So we go as we can. We're trying to bring the right arm in the outside of the left leg, so we can bring the arm extended like this, or bending the arm, hugging the elbow, so we can push towards the left. If any of that works, we can just grab the leg and use the right hand to turn. So there is different ways. We gotta use our body so we can use our body so we can turn better or do any type of stretch better. And we go towards the left. See that your knees are not moving, like the right knee is going to try to go forward, and we don't allow that. So we take the right knee back, and then we turn. And we go towards the center. Always check those knees, because the leg wants to go forward when we turn. We cannot allow that. And then the right hand behind us, and choose your option to place your left arm. Check your knees, don't let them move. And we just turn towards the right. We press down through the feet so those legs are active and they don't move. Taking the right shoulder back. This is really a deep twist. Really deep. And release. Good. We're going to come on our knees just for one more pose on the knees, so you can use your blanket or fold the mat. I'm going just to fold my mat. And also bring your chair for camel, modified camel pose. So we place the chair on the mat so it doesn't move. And bring the seat of the chair towards our buttocks. And then we curl the toes under, or we can try, because we have the chair, we can take the top of the feet down. So we don't have to have those heels to help us. And then we're going to grab the back of the chair, the seat of the chair with our hands, and maybe place the hands in the outside of the seat of the chair, so the arms are a little above shoulder distance. And then bring the seat closer. And then bending the arms, let's see if we can lift the chest a little bit. But most importantly, we're trying to bring the hips forward. We're gonna press down with the top of the feet so we don't fall forward. Maybe grabbing the back of the chair helps more. Let's try that. Just find what works for you, grabbing the chair behind you to lift the chest. You can keep the head facing forward. You can take the head down if you want. And let's come back to the center. And let's move this chair. We are not going to use the chair anymore, so we can take it towards the side. And we're going to sit, taking the legs wide apart. If you need support to sit on your sit bones, use a blanket. Bring the hands behind you by your hips. Open those legs, toes up. Inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to lift the arms up, palms again like we did earlier, facing each other. And lift through the arms, stretch the legs. Descend the shoulders, so the shoulders away from the ears. Engage the quads. And let's turn towards the right. Come back to center. Turn towards the left. Keep the legs pressing down into the ground. Back to center. Lower your hands. Walk the hands forward. Engage those legs. Stretch the quads. Draw the back of your legs down. And come back up. We're going to bend, so grab with your hands, bend the right leg. And we're going to bring the right foot in a little, so maybe placing the sole of the feet towards the leg. If you can't touch the leg, good. If no, it's okay, just in front of us, bend. And if we have any pain in the knee, we can always place support, something. And then we're going to use the left hand and stretch along the left leg and lift the right arm up. And maybe take it towards the left. We can grab the toe or the shin bone or anything in that left leg. We're trying to open the right side of the torso. Open the chest also, so the arm is moving back. Stretching the left leg. And come back. Good. Stretch the right leg towards the sides like was before. And bring the left leg in. Right foot towards the left foot towards the right leg. And dragging the right hand towards the foot or shin bone or thigh muscle. Lift the left arm, lift up and then go towards the right. It's almost like we're trying to grab an imaginary beach ball, huge ball. So the left palm is pointing towards the ground and I'm trying to maintain my arms away from each other, open. So my chest doesn't crunch closing, it's open. And you will feel the stretch on the left side of your torso. And come back to center. Good. Now bring the other leg. And just hug your knees in for a moment. We're going to practice the bridge and then the supported bridge. So we're going to lay on the mat, bending the legs. See, you have a block by you. And slowly we lay it on our back. So first we're going to do it without any support. So rolling the shoulders under, walk those feet the closest possible towards your buttocks. And then roll the right shoulder left shoulder right, and start lifting the hips, maybe bringing the hands under you, interlacing the fingers and climbing more on your shoulders to lift the hips up. When we are in this pose, we don't turn the head because it's not good for the neck. So we just work in rolling the shoulders under, pressing down into the ground with the hands and lifting the hips up. So we can feel those glutes. And the knees are drawing towards each other, pressing the inner side of the feet. Lift maximum you can. Go, go, go. And slowly release, remove the arms from under you. Lowering your hip and then grab your block. And we're going to place the block under the tailbone for supported bridge. So lifting the hip, placing the block under the tailbone, palms up. So we roll the shoulders under us again and stretching one leg at a time. And then here we try to maintain the legs engaged, so we are lifting the kneecaps, trying to stretch the legs, reaching through the big toes, palms up. Keep rolling the shoulders under you. And then slowly bend the legs one at a time. Lift your hips, remove the block. Bring the knees towards the chest, hug your knees in. Rocking side to side. And bring your feet on the ground. Stretch the arms overhead, bringing the nails towards the ground. And then taking the back of the rib cage towards the ground. You can stretch the arms, the shoulders and the torso. Reaching overhead and taking the back of the rib cage down. Pressing with the feet. Stretching the entire torso. Feel the entire back touching the ground. If you don't feel your entire back touching the ground, take it down. See and notice which part of your back is not touching the ground. And then try to take it down more. And then release your back. Bring your arms by the sides of the body. Turn the palms up. And stretch one leg at a time for Shavasana. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, release and let go. Soften your face, your eyebrows, your tongue inside of your mouth. Soften your cheeks. Release your arms at the arm socket and release your legs at the hip socket. Shavasana. And then we're going to move the fingers on the toes. Maybe do little circles with the wrists and the ankles. And then bring the arms overhead, stretch. Reach away from the fingers on the toes. Bending one leg at a time. Going to roll to a side. And pushing with the top hand. Sit up. Bringing your hands hand center. Lift the chest. Inhale and exhale. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope that you liked the class. If you did, please give me the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel so I can continue bringing these videos to your home for you to practice with me. Thank you for your support. Have a great rest of the week.